there was this author who was who was arrested.
Right.
And ilikuwa. So he was arrested. It's called Elijah Ochora. So let me go to what Cyprian had written. Cyprian had written that first daughter Charlene Ruto has spoken out following the arrest and subsequent release on bail of young Kenyan author Webster Elijah Ochora, who is facing charges of impersonating her in connection with his recent publication Beyond the Name, Charlene Ruto and the Youth Uprising.
Impersonating.
Yes. So let's continue.
Just read that. Impersonating part again.
Yes. Spoken out the bail release on bail of young Kenyan author Webster Elijah Ochora, who's facing charges of impersonating her in connection with his recent publication Beyond the Name, Charlene Ruto and the Youth Uprising. I don't know how he's impersonated her. I don't know if he's written the book in. Is he claiming he's Charlene in the book?
If that's why I said repeat, because impersonating means
pretending
he's writing
as her.
Yeah, you understand?
Yes. So it continued. Charlene termed the book as unauthorized and inappropriate use of her name, saying it infringes on her rights and personal agency. She added that she recorded a statement with DCI. Alafika kwa police had earlier arrested Ochora and held him at Muthaiga with his laptop seized by forensic investigators. He was later released by a Nairobi court on a cash bail of 50,000 shillings after pleading not guilty to charges under the Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Act. The case will be mentioned on June 7th. Computer misuse. So mimi pia neza shikwa. Every time I'm on Pornhub, that's a computer misuse. But yeah, so now his story. Mi niko nafikiria you can just wake up in the morning and write a book. You just be like, shit, this smoking. Let me just write a book about smoking.
No, okay, first let's distinguish some things. First of all, for someone to do a biography about...
I don't know if it's a biography. That's what
I'm just trying to trace my thoughts onto that. For someone to do a biography about a public figure,
yes,
they do not need to consult that person because they could have used materials that are in the public domain, right? But in this case, they're talking about impersonation. Like he is writing in first person as Charlene.
That's what I'm wondering. I think maybe that was the case.
Yeah, and now with whatever he's being charged with, then
impersonation.
You know, and the cash bail of what
50,000 shillings.
Computer misuse again?
Yeah, computer misuse and Cyber Crimes Act. Because he used the computer to type, to type the book. He used his computer to type the book. So I think that's what they're charging him with. And but when I look at this story, it's one of those stories where if you had like some random Kenyan had written a book about Charlene, would you be interested in buying it? Like on a random day. He has no access to Charlene. He's just some random dude decides to write a book on her. Would you be interested in buying it?
No.
You see, but the minute that someone is arrested, now we are interested. Like, what is in this book?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like right now I'm interested, like what is in this book? What is so offensive? Because what if it was Charlene Ruto and the Youth Uprising and it's like, Charlene Ruto is great. That's why there is no Youth Uprising, full stop. And the book ends. That could be. That could be. So but now let's listen to her and hear why she was offended. And I feel like this family, they just keep finding reasons for people not to like them. Because this is another one of those situations where just let it be. There's nothing that this Ochora guy, we didn't even know. Kunafaa kuchorea Ochora. Acha tusikize.
And we have a very bad culture in our country where we misuse people's names and we get away with it, and it's not right. And that is not something that I stand for. So I submitted my statement to DCI and we went through the legal procedures, and that is something we have to also learn as young people. We're looking for opportunities, but you can't look for opportunities in the wrong ways. The gentleman never came to me with a suggestion that I want to write a book on your behalf. And for me, that was misappropriate use of my name. The day I'm ready to write my book, I will write it. Otherwise, nobody should write for you your own book. You should write your own book when you're ready. Like that somebody used my name. I won't get into the content of the book. It's not about how positive it is, but it's about respecting each other in this society.
You see, like that disclaimer of it's not about how positive it is. Like, what was the book about? Why did you feel the need to get this person arrested? Because pia mimi mwenyewe niko hapa kama Mwafrika, yes? Kunaweza kuwa na mtu ametoa, si hata kuna the unauthorized biography of Mwafrika. They're unauthorized, you see, because it's not been authorized. So I don't know, like, what do you think he'd written that was so offensive that she felt she needed to get him arrested? Because all this come back to people thinking about your father as a dictator and your father as this Ama. How do you look at it?
First of all, she's saying he never contacted her. She never commissioned him to do her biography. He doesn't need to. He could have just because she's a public figure.
Yeah.
Like I said before, he could have just used resources which are in the public domain to be able to publish this biography. But so then the impersonification, what
yes, that's what I don't know. Like impersonating her.
So
makes no sense.
There's two sides of something is not clear here.
That's
was this guy commissioned, or because if it's impersonation, that means that guy is like, greetings, I am a Kenyan. My name is Charlene, right? In the evening, when I go to sleep, that's the first person,
and
right?
Then there'll be a passage of, this is the day I met Daddy Owen. That's him being her.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Exactly. Unless we are able to establish that, then we can't really expound on it.
But this sort of case goes to show the likability of this family and the fact that this family every day fights to be as dislikable as possible. I'm starting to think I would Ngina Kenyatta arrest you for writing a book about her. I'm sure the dad will be like, acha sisi tuendelee na okay, but let's listen to this last part.
And asking each other and consulting. And in the same way, we reached out to Chandaria Foundation and asked them, would you do a tree nursery at Wareng High School in honor of our president? And they said yes. But if we came here and launched a tree nursery with their name without their permission, it would not have been a good day as one that we had today. So as young people, we really have to learn that we need to walk the journey. We can't just say we are going to run a short-term race. No, we are running the marathon, and there are procedures and processes and systems to follow when it comes to that.
Okay, so I'd want to know the contents of the book. I'm super because one thing I know about Kenyans have this habit of, you're somewhere seated, you're broke, you decide, you know what, let me just go to the tattoo parlor and get a tattoo of Sonko. Hopefully Sonko will like it and send me some money. We have that shit. So I would not be surprised that this book was just like, Charlene is an angel. Charlene Malaika. Like, there's that probability. Like, why get him arrested? And how did she even know about this book? Did he send a copy to her?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know such a book exists.
Yeah, so I wish I'd like more info on it, because she's talking about being consulted, but who is reporting this and talking about impersonation?
That one was everywhere. It was like in all the major media stations.
So
it was in the
it's
major.
half and half. It would if we had one clear, because Charlene is saying she wasn't consulted. She didn't commission this guy for her biography. You see,
was it a biography?
Which is not required, which he doesn't have to.
But was it a biography? Because if you look at the title, where beyond the name, Charlene Ruto and the Youth Uprising, how is that a biography? How is that? Because the Youth Uprising could also be like every time that Charlene would go online and talk shit, because she talks a lot of shit. Like last week, I think she'd said something to the effect of, we are always complaining about our leaders and something. And what would we do if you're always complaining, we'll miss out on opportunities. And some bullshit that a trust fund kid can say. The rest of us thug work kids, we are not. No, don't.
Yeah.
So it comes out as condescending, and this is the reason why. Like, it's very hard for you to find Nick Ruto, the autobiography, because no one sees these Nicks. Okay,
Right.
George, at least we started seeing him with the matatus, but for her, she's in our face. That's why this dude felt like he needed to
Right.
write a publication. Maybe he was trying to impress her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so she's setting boundaries.
Yes.
Okay.
So even Citizen had reported man arraigned for impersonating Charlene Ruto in book publication. So I'm there like, how did he impersonate her? That's the one thing that
Exactly.
I also don't understand.
Yes.
Did he show up in a skirt and he was like, this is a book reading, my name is Charlene. Just come around, and the people there were there thinking like, it makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, bro. It doesn't.
So uko US na unatrai kutuma do Kenya, baki umetumia LemFi. Na reason ya kutumia LemFi ni LemFi inakupatia the highest exchange rates. Alafu apart from that, juu ya LemFi unaweza baki umetuma $8,000 in one day. Ama unaweza tuma $16,000 in 1 week. Ama unaweza tuma $32,000 in 1 month. Hiyo ni up to 4 million shillings in 1 month. Na ni simple kabisa. LemFi app unaweza baki umepata kwa App Store na pia unaweza ipata kwa Google Play. Another reason ya kusign up kwa LemFi ni wewe ni IKONINI fan. Na umekuwa ukishindwa nizaje support IKONINI. Naweza support aje asi. Kuna vile saizi jo mfuko ni mbaya. Lakini need kutumia mother dose, so siwezi tumia IKONINI chochote. Kuna a very easy way ili unaweza kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Support your family na pia support IKONINI. Na unafanyaje hivyo? Unabaki umesign up to LemFi using our QR code. Baki umescan QR code. Kama si hivyo, ubaki umetumia the link ile tumeseti kwa description. Na usisahau the first $100 ile utatuma, wewe mwenyewe utapata $20 cashback. Alafu sisi juu tumekurefer, pia sisi tutapata $20. Unacheki, utakuwa umesupport IKONINI, ndio tuendelee kukupatia the conversations that you like. Na pia kitu inabamba kabisa ni saizi kuna vile LemFi ina support both M-Pesa paybill numbers na till numbers. Inamaanisha unabaki umelipia madhako internet ukiwa majuu, unaweza mlipia stima bado ukiwa majuu. Unaweza make sure that madhako iko both connected na pia keja yake iko lit up. Na hiyo ni courtesy of LemFi. LemFi, international payments for everyone. IKONINI.